Yes, good morning everyone. Am I audible, visible to all of you? Yes, hello everyone. Good morning. Am I audible, visible to all of you? Yes, Nilesh, good morning. Yes, am I audible, Nilesh? Clearly? Those who haven't downloaded the app, please download the app and so that you can watch the videos or special classes on the app. Okay, those who are new here, let me introduce myself. Hello everyone, my name is Harshvardhan Singh. And on this platform, I'm going to teach you all the aspects of history, including history optional, international relation, economics. Currently, I'm conducting a lecture series of world history and international relation. Those who missed that, then you can watch the series on our YouTube channel as well as on our app. I'm having 8 years in the field of civil services as an educator experience. Yes. And earlier I was selected as an intelligence bureau officer. These are our top educators. You can take the lectures or you can take the guidance from them by watching their videos. Those who haven't subscribed yet, I request you all to subscribe Unacademy, and we have option of plus and iconic. I insist you to take an iconic subscription. Here we are going to provide everything including the personal guidance. Yes, we have option of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months and 12 months. And whenever you want to take a subscription, please use my code HarshV10. You will get the 10% discount immediately. Along with that, you're going to count as my student. Yes. So please subscribe to Unacademy, and this is the UPSC Combat. For further details, you can visit our website or you can read it through our app. Today we are going to discuss Arab-Israel conflict. Yes, everyone. Yes, today we are going to discuss Arab-Israel conflict. Yes, anyone is having any idea related to Arab-Israel conflict? What's there? How many wars they fought? Yes, everyone. Do you have any idea? Yes. Yes. Do you have any idea of it? Yes, any vague idea, something. I'm not asking the exact thing, but yes, there are 6 students join us. Do you have any vague idea related to Arab-Israel conflict? So, what's the problem exactly between them? Any vague idea. It's not necessary that you should know everything. Yes, this is a map of Palestine. Yes, this is a map of Palestine in 1948. Yes, anybody is having any idea or no idea at all? Yes, Akshay, good morning. Hmm. Questions are always ready for you. Whenever you're going to enter, questions are there. Yes. Where is Israel or Palestine? If I ask you the geographical location of it. Yes, boys and girls. Do you have any idea? If you are having, please let me know. Or At least this point is clear to you. You have this idea. Geographical location of Palestine or Israel. Akshay said there was a war between Israel and Arab countries in 1960s or 70s. Okay. Yes. Geographical location. Anybody is having any idea? Yes. Is there a conflict between these two are going on? West Asia, Eastern Mediterranean Sea. Okay. West Asia, Middle East. Yes. West Asia, Middle East. This is the area known as Middle East. Clear. Yes, Nilesh, do you have any vague idea related to what's the conflict is that? Why we mention a separate topic that Arab-Israel conflict? Actually, this is a small topic in the world history, but still, I thought we have to discuss it in detail. And yes, where you are going to read this topic? That is also the question. This topic is covered in the book, namely Mastering Modern World History by Norman Lee. Yes, this is the book, as all of you know this book very well. Here you will get the exact idea related to this miscellaneous topics. Arab-Israel conflict is one of the miscellaneous topics in world history. Yes, it is a really good book. So please refer it. Akshay said currently by intervention of USA, this conflict is resolved or stopped to some time. Means kind of ceasefire is there between these two. Yes. Okay. So just look at this map carefully, clearly. Yes, this map, Palestine, the name of the country is Palestine. It was under British mandate from 1920 to 1948. Here are the Jewish settlement at that time. Jewish. This orange color shows Jewish settlement and rest of the portion belongs to Palestine. Means basically Arab. Clear? So if we want to know the exact location, then on one side Egypt is there, on another side Jordan is there, on one side Syria is there, Lebanon. Means if if and why I am mentioning this, it is also have a significance. That's why I'm saying. So countries surrounded Israel or Palestine. The countries who surrounded Palestine, of course, Egypt. Second, Jordan. Third, Syria. Fourth, Lebanon. Yes, so these are the countries which share border with. Yes, Nilesh, you have an idea of West Bank and Gaza Strip. Okay, good. Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Palestine. Sorry, Syria and Lebanon. Clear? Now, what exactly this conflict was, how it emerged? Because without knowing the historical background of this, it's very difficult for us to understand. But please watch this map carefully. 1920 to 1948, orange color shows Jewish settlement and yellow color shows Arab settlement. Yes, so in short, by watching this map, you will get to know They are very few, and Arabs were majority. Clear? Yes, now we are going to start the session with the background, historical background of Arab-Israel conflict. As you know that Jews considered Israel as their homeland. Israel is known by this name as well, a land of milk and honey. Yes, a land of milk and honey. Israel, that is Jews, considered Israel as their homeland. Do you have any references of it that Jews were living in that particular area, means the area nearby Jerusalem? Yes. Do you have any historical evidence or knowledge that Jews were living there? Yes, everyone. Yes. Do you have any historical evidences that Jews were living in that particular area? And I'm damn sure all of you knew this fact, but right now you're not recollecting it. Just give some stress. Kalpesh said it was written in Bible. I don't you think so? That Jesus Christ born in this area only. Yes, Akshay, exactly. Jesus Christ born in this area only. Jesus Christ is considered as a founder of Christianity, but by birth he was Jew only. I think some of you, yes, anime historians mention. Forget about historian. You know that Jesus Christ born there, and by birth Jesus Christ was Jew. Yes, some of you may read this word in Hindi or in other native language, that is Yahudi. Who are these Yahudis? Yahudis are basically Jews. Yes, so we have historical evidences that Jews were living in that particular area. Clear? Along with that, just take a look up this area and this city, Jerusalem. Don't you think so? This is an ancient city. Yes, don't you think so? Jerusalem is an ancient city. So, if it is an ancient city, if it is an ancient city, then can we say that Akshay said is, but Islam also claimed that the Prophet Muhammad also gave ayat of Quran at the Jerusalem. Yes. So don't you think so? It is an ancient city. Yes, it is. So in this city, Jews were there, means a birthplace or what you can say, Jews are there. Along with that, Christianity. Yes. So don't you think so? Jerusalem is an important from religious point of view for both Jews and Christians. Yes, it is important. Along with that, yes, what Akshay said. Along with that, do you know one fact that is Jerusalem is also important from Islamic point of view. Means one very holy mosque is present here. Yes, in Islam there are three mosques considered as the holy places, means sacred places. First, of course, Makkah, Medina, and one more is there. Do you know the name of that, which is there in Jerusalem? They listed Al-Asqas, Al-Asqas, Al-Asqa, Aqsa, sorry, Al-Aqsa. So there are three holy mosques, and one of them is there. That means Israel, Palestine, or Jerusalem. Earlier it was mostly known by the name Jerusalem. Ancient city, ancient civilization is there, and this is the birthplace or important place for three important religions in the world, that is Jews, Christianity, and Islam. So religious angle is also there. Religious angle is also there, and if you really or deeply interested in religious things, then you will get to know that Adam, Adam, yes, Adam and Eve in Christianity, the same thing in Islam is Adam, the first man they considered. Why the name and everything is same? Because they share the historical lineage with each other. But still, because of the divergent religious views, they are having conflict each other. All of these were claiming the city of Jerusalem since ancient time. Now you get the background? Yes, everybody is claimed their ancient claim over this ancient city. This is one angle here also. Yes, everyone, is that clear? That is important place for three religions: Jews, then Christians, and Islam. Yes, everyone. Again, come back to our main point. So, it was a historical homeland for Jews, but later on, from this land, Jews started migrating and they settled into various areas and basically mostly in European countries. Yes, the process of migration started and they started migrating to the European countries. And as we earlier mentioned, that Israel or Palestine is surrounded by the neighboring states of Egypt, Syria, Jordan, yes, Lebanon. Most of these countries are populated by Arabs, or almost all of these countries are populated with the Arab population. Yes. So when Jews migrated, gradually Arabs settled there and started formation of the state, and didn't mention nation state, started formation of state known as Palestine. Clear? So Palestine, after migration of Jews, gradually Arab gathered together and they form a nation, form a state known as Palestine, and that is Arab state. Clear? Yes, is that clear? As they started migrating from this area, Arabs settled there. And Arabs settled there for centuries. Arabs settled there for centuries, not a century, centuries. Means now Palestine, this area, now Palestine, Jerusalem is basically the homeland for Arabs. Clear? Yes, is that clear to you? Yes, everyone, is that clear to you? Any question, any confusion till now? No. Good. So, right now, till this point, everything is clear to you. Clear? Till this point, everything is clear. Here, the Jews are considering homeland the same way Arabs are considering it as a homeland as they are living. But with the beginning of 20th century, with the beginning of 20th century, awakening movement started among the Jews. That Jews were started thinking and they are claiming that Israel is their homeland. This awakening started, and what are the factors responsible for it? The factors basically after First World War. After the First World War, hostility towards Jews in Europe. Yes, and why it is so? Do you remember Hitler claimed that Jews are responsible for Germans' defeat in the First World War? Yes, do you remember it? Yes, he said that. And such type of attitude, why it is so, as I mentioned lots of times earlier also and in this lecture also, as Jews are rich people. They were rich people. Most of the banking houses were under them. Most of the businesses are or were under them. Clear? The wealthy people, but still minority. Still minority. So it is easy to target the wealthy minority for them. So from after the First World War, situation is gradually changing in European countries, and now people are seeing them as the exploiters. So gradually this consciousness among the Jews developed and they want their homeland. So this process began. And after First World War, again reverse migration started. Yes, after First World War, reverse migration started. Means gradually people are moving out from European countries and try to settle into Palestine or in Jewish word Israel. Clear? And once Hitler officially followed the policy of anti-Semitism, means he started killing Jews. This migration, which migration? This reverse migration increased in thousands and millions are trying to take refuge in their homeland. As you know that, Hitler officially followed this policy and he started ethnic cleansing of Jews. And because of that fear, because of that execution, they started migration. Clear? Yes. Am I right or wrong? They started reverse migration. And what was the situation at that time? As Palestine was a mandate of British at that time. After the First World War, Palestine was under the mandate of British. And Britishers opened their doors for Jews. And why? Of course, persecuted minority was there. They want to take refuge and Britishers opened. But at that time, the conflict began within the Arab world. That Arabs, though were real settlers there, and these Jews, day by day, their number is increasing. So it was a worrying factor for Arab. And this conflict began when Jews started reverse migration in that area. Clear? So gradually, and as I mentioned, when Hitler officially started this policy, the number increased a lot. Initially, Arab also welcomed them. Why? Because of sympathy. But once they realizes that population is going to increase day by day, it is going to change the balance of power. Yes, that's why the conflict began within Arabs who are living in Palestine and this newly migrated Jews in Palestine. सर्विंदर, फिलिस्तीन ये शहर नहीं, फिलिस्तीन एक देश था, आज नहीं है, और उस जगह को फिलिस्तीन यानी उन्होंने नाम दिया जब अरब वहां पे रहे. Clear? Yes, so this is not that much important point, but most important point, ancient land of Jews, then Arabs settled there. Now Arab is having dominance. Reverse migration started, and this reverse migration during the Second World War or during the Hitler's prosecution, this became a matter of concern, and this leads to conflict among themselves. Clear? Is that clear to all of you? Yes, everyone. Is that clear? Yes, everyone. Point is clear. Any question? Any query? Clear. Next, the first Arab-Israel War in 1948. First Arab-Israel War in 1948. So, what was the case? As we already mentioned this lots of time, that Palestine was a mandate of British, and we mentioned during 1920s to 1948 the Arab-Israel conflict was going on. Yes, this conflict was going on. UN UN, United Nations. What's the purpose of establishment of United Nations? To establish peace. The purpose of United Nations is to establish peace all over the world. And as this problem was going on in Palestine, so United Nations decided to resolve this problem. So United Nations in 1947, they accepted the demand of Jews to have Israel, but at the same time they also accepted the fact that Palestinians or Arabs are also having stake in this land. So instead of creating any confusion, they started or they presented this formula to divide Palestine and create two states. Yes, United Nations realizes this is a real cause of concern for this area. If we really want to establish peace in that area, then only option is that just separate this state, made the two states. One is Israel for Jews and second Palestine for Arabs. So that if the division or clear-cut demarcation is there between these two countries, then there will be no problem at all. The peace will prevail. It was the idea of United States, and the responsibility is given to Britain to divide it. And why Britain? Because Britain were having mandate ship of Palestine. As you are taking care of Palestine, so it's your duty to divide it. But Britishers, as you know, and we are having first-hand experience of Britishers, what is British mandate? Okay, Akshay, first I'm going to explain what is mandate exactly. Mandate system. After First World War, those are considered as a conflict zone kept under European power. What? For what? To establish peace. Yes. So after First World War, this mandate system emerged, and means it is a kind of parental approach. Yes, it is a kind of parental approach. They said that this is a conflict area, and this area we are keeping under you. Under you, it doesn't means colony. Means you have to take care of this area. Clear? So that there will not be any conflict among them. If it is so, then you're going to handle it. It's your responsibility. Clear? Instead of uh, we can use the guardian. That is best option. Guardian. So Britain was act as a guardian for this area. So as a guardian, so all responsibility is with the Britain. It is the same thing. Syria was under the mandate of France. Means France was basically guardian of Syria at that time. So such things were there at that time. So right now we mentioned that Israel was a mandate of British. That means Britain should act as a guardian. Britain should act as a guardian, but what they did, as you know that, as you know that, a guardian is there. Parents are different and guardian are different. It is the same thing. They adopt the approach of keeping safe distance from this issue. They do not want to involve into it. They do not want that these fellow countrymen should blame the partition. They do not want that. And they did this thing with India as well. As you know that 3rd June plan, it is implemented on 15th August and all. But partition was not declared. It was declared by independent India, independent Pakistan. That line of demarcation was later on. So they do not want to take blame of partition. So that's why without settling issue, British withdrew the troops and they left Palestine. Yes, everyone got it? It was a responsibility given to Britain to settle the issue, to divide the states, but Britain refrained herself from that. Britain didn't want to take a blame of division, and that's why, without settling the issue, they withdrew the troops and left the country in chaos. Clear? They left the country in chaos. And what happened? What happened? With the withdrawal of British troops, Israel, sorry, Israel declared themselves a nation state. Yes, Perry, thank you, thank you. Israel declared herself as a nation state and they denied existence of Palestine. Just imagine you are the citizen of one country known as Palestine, and very next day you are not a citizen of Palestine, you are a citizen of Israel. And Israel said that they formed the Jewish state. And what about the Arabs? What about the Muslims who are living in that area? And why it creates more problem? Because USA recognized Israel as a nation state. That is a more complicated thing than this issue. Means Arab was like, what? We don't have a country? Are you mad? We are living here centuries. We are living here for the centuries, and how it is possible? So Britain, without solving that dispute, they left that country, and because of that, it was a situation of chaos, and Israel took advantage of it. They declared themselves as a nation state, and it was a period of Cold War. USA want one country, or USA want one partner in Middle East, and because of that reason, USA recognized Israel. USA supported them, supported their claim, and in 1948 it is mentioned that there was a country known as Palestine, and 1948 onwards there is country known as Israel. Yes, everyone, till this point clear? Yes, till this point everything is clear to you? Yes, any confusion, any doubt? Yes, yes, boys and girls, those who join for today's lecture only. So I want to tell you that our session is basically interactive session. Interactive session, it doesn't mean one-way communication. It means communication should be from both the sides. So I'm expecting the questions from you, as well as it's my duty to answer your question, queries, doubts. Yes, and at the same time, whenever I'm going to ask the question, I'm expecting the answer from you. Clear? And interaction is a fundamental aspect of democracy, and we are a democratic country. Yes, good. No doubt. Yes, I really happy to get you all, because if I'm going to teach world history, if I'm going to teach international relations, none of you are having problem. See how intelligent you are, and this is not a sarcastic thing. Yes, Bhuneshwari, we already explained this mandate shift. Yes, here. Yes, Farooq, you joined. Like Berlin was divided into two after Second World War. Ah, yeah, we can say, but Berlin was divided because of the ideological conflict. Farooq. Bhuneshwari, I just explained it. Shall I repeat it again for you? Do you have a doubt? If you have doubt, it's not a big deal for me to explain. Yes, I just now explained what is the mandate ship and all. Do you want me to explain that particular topic again? Yes? Okay. Again, everyone, please give me 2 more minutes so that I can explain this mandate system exactly with help of example, so that you will get the exact idea. First, I'm going to explain with example, and then I'm going to tell you what exactly the mandate system, so that you will get the exact idea of it. Where is here is you, and here is your big brother or sister. Clear? Big brother, that means big brother or big sister, or we can say the elder one, means of course this person is senior, you are junior. This person is having claim. Suppose this is a room. Yes, this is a room. We can call it as a children bedroom. So this is a room, and this person is having first claim over this issue. First claim, because he was a senior to you. He is staying there, and you are newborn. But when you grew up, you also started claiming this territory. Both are claiming this territory. Both are claiming this room. Yes, and for that reason, you and your brother or sister is always have a conflict. Sometimes it's verbal, sometimes it's, what type of conflict you are having with your sibling. Clear? It's very common. As you are staying at your parent place, as you are staying at your parents' place, then you and your mother and father, any one of them, is going to resolve that issue, is going to resolve that issue. But if the word is if you're at your guardian's home, but if you are at your guardian's place, do you really think so that guardian wants to solve? Do you really think so that guardian wants to solve this problem? Parents are definitely going to solve the problem. Why? Because parents knew both of you very well, as they are having affection with you. Whether do you think so that guardians is having same affection with you? Yes, do you really think so? They are going to take care of you in the same manner as your parents are doing so? Of course not. Of course not. They want to refrain from that issue. They do not want to indulge in that issue. Yes, so their attitude is that I don't know anything. Do whatever you want, resolve your problem by your own. Don't you think so? It is an attitude of guardians. They want to refrain from problem. Means they want to refrain themselves to solve the problem. They do not want to take blame that if your guardian is going to support anyone, other is going to claim that why you are partial, you are biased. So nobody wants to do that. It is the same thing here. Just replace the your claim with the territory known as Palestine or Israel. Clear? And Britain was a guardian, and this guardian was known as a mandate system. Clear? Britain acted as a guardian, and this guardianship was known as mandate system. And when the conflict, the Arab-Israel conflict was there, and United Nations provided the solution of division of Palestine and Israel, and Britain was given authority to execute it. Yes, Britain was given responsibility to execute this partition, but as like guardian, they refrained themselves. Yes, so mandateship means after second, sorry, in other word, mandateship means what is this mandate thing? After World War First, the conflict area or territories kept under powerful state so that they are going to establish peace. Yes, but it didn't happen. They were there to establish peace, but this mandate system acts as a tool of exploitation. And that's why Iraq, Syria hated Britain and France, because these two countries exploited them when they were having mandate of this area. Yes, Bhuneshwari, I hope I gave the answer of your question. The problem is resolved. Yes, Farooq, everything is clear to you. And yes, rest of the population is having the same thing. Yes, so the person who asked the question, I hope she get the answer. Yes, welcome. As I mentioned, it's my duty as your senior to guide you in better manner. Yes. Now, till this point, we already discussed this. Now, what happened when Israel became a nation state, when they declared themselves, it was a shock for Arab countries, Arab world. And these Arab nations, that is from Egypt, Syria, Jordan, Iraq, Lebanon, and these are the neighboring countries. Yes, Farooq, slow. We are going to discuss. Don't worry. We are going to discuss that as well. So, as we mentioned earlier, that is Egypt, Syria, Jordan, and Lebanon shares their border with Palestine. Yes. So, these countries, that is Arab world, the Arab countries, it is one of the factor, but mandate system is basically the conflict zone was there. There were many conflict zone and they want to establish the peace. Clear? So it is one of the factor, but the main factor is this powerful country given the mandate to provide peace so that the situation of chaos should not be developed. Clear? Now we are focusing on this point. Yes, everyone. Egypt, Israel, Jordan, Iran, and Lebanon, these Arab countries felt cheated and they had a sympathy with Palestine and they stood for the right of Palestine. They stood for the right for the Palestine. Oh, they stood for rights of Palestine. And that leads to first war between these Arab countries versus Israel. And issue was basically related to the existence of Palestine. Yes, Arab said it is a Palestine and Israel said that it is their homeland. Clear? So first war between Arab and Israel fought in 1948 and the resultant of that war that Israel fought bravely and they registered the victory. Don't you think it's really a shocking thing for you? A newly independent state and they registered the victory. Newly independent state, they registered the victory against this power. Egypt, Israel, Jordan, Iraq, Lebanon. How it is possible? Yes, everyone. A very simple question, common sense kind of question. And I always used to say, please use the common sense as it is the most difficult thing in the world. What do you think? How they registered the victory? How it is possible for a newly formed nation to defeat these powers? USA supported it and United Nations also. Kalpesh said, Farooq said Israel pampered by USA. Okay. So do you think so that USA directly involved into this war? Akshay said yes because US supported them. Jesus Christ's land or Christianity sympathy towards Jews. Do you really think so that USA participated in this war? A very simple, as I mentioned, the common sense you have to use like pinch of salt in your life. If you're using it, then your life will be so easy. Of course, US support is there, but don't you think so? Palestine is also having the support of these five states. US is a far away from Israel. These are the neighboring states. They share the border. And do you know? Just look at the map, world history. So sorry, world map. You will get to know that this territory is very small. This territory is very small. Means when USA is going to send their help, till that point, these neighboring states are going to conquer that area. It's very easy for them. A very simple answer. A very, very simple answer. That Israel was fighting for their existence. And these were not. Israel was fighting for their existence because they knew that if they are not going to fight bravely, if they are not going to stood against them, then their dream of a nation state is going to end. They fought bravely, and because of that reason, and these were supporting Palestine. They were not fighting for their existence. Here, Israel was fighting for their existence, and along with that, there were many veterans, means army veterans were there. Though they fought First World War, Second World War, they had an experience of warfare. Clear. And the third most important factor that all of you mentioned, that is US help was there. Yes, is that clear to you? Yes, is that clear to all of you? Yes, exactly, Nilesh. Exactly. Okay. Now, second Arab-Israel conflict. Second Arab-Israel conflict, and this conflict is known as Suez War 1956. At this time, Arab got a new hero known as Colonel Nasir. Nasir became the Arab hero this time. He was talking about pan Arab Arab nationalism. Clear? He was having this Colonel Nasir. He became the head of state of Egypt at that time. He was having slight tilt towards socialism. Very best example that he introduces the land reforms in Egypt. He capped the, what we can say, the land holding, or in Indian context what is mentioned, ceiling. Ceiling means he restricted that person can hold 100 acre of land only. Rest of the land he distributed among the peasant or the landless. So such kind of social thing was there. He became the military head. He was talking about the pan-urban nationalism. And when he was talking about the pan-urban nationalism, it creates fear among USA. Yes, land selling, exactly. It creates a fear among USA. And why? Because Arabs is equal to crude oil, is equal to energy. Clear? And as we mentioned, slight tinge towards socialism, and it was a period of Cold War. And for USA, if you are a socialist or if you are a communist, it is one of the same. They cannot discriminate the socialism and communism at that time because they were under the ideological madness. Clear? Yes, everyone. Actually, this is a wrong map, but I just want to explain. So that's why I kept it here. Okay, so situation is clear to you that Nasser became the head of the state of Egypt. He was talking about pan-urban nationalism and it creates fear among USA. That is the first reason. And along with that, when he was talking about pan-Arab nationalism at that time, he said that there is injustice with Palestine and it's our uttermost duty to deliver justice. That means when he was talking about providing justice to Palestine, it means the enmity with Israel. Clear? Enmity with Israel. So how this problem emerged? How this problem? I just want to tell you the background. The first background, sorry, the background, the first point I already mentioned, Arab nationalism. The second thing, the second point in that, as Egypt signed arms deal with Czechoslovakia, and Czechoslovakia was a part of USSR at that time. Clear? They signed a deal with the Czechoslovakia, and that's why USA considered, and it was a Cold War, USA considered real threat. Clear? And because of this signing of the pact with Czechoslovakia, USA pressurized World Bank. For what? USA pressurized World Bank. For what? To stop, to be totally independent. Yes, so his idea was very clear that Nasser wanted to build that dam. He started building and World Bank also funded that. But when Nasser was talking about pan-Arab nationalism, when he signed the pact with Czechoslovakia, due to the US pressure, World Bank stopped funding the Aswan Dam. Now it is a question mark in front of Nasser. What to do? Yes, what to do? So what he did, first thing, what he did, Suez Canal. Suez Canal was there and most profitable canal was there. British and French company handled that So what he did, he nationalized it. He nationalized the Suez Canal so that he can fund the Aswan Dam. What happened then? Britain and France protested against it. Britain and France protested against this move, and finally, as you know, when he was talking about the he was talking about the right of Palestine. So he was having enmity with Israel. So Israel, Britain, and France waged a war against Egypt. Waged a war against Egypt. These all versus Egypt. And the resultant of that, and the resultant of this is basically there was a international pressure. There was an international pressure over Britain and France because they said that international pressure said that Suez Canal is belongs to Egypt and it is a question of their sovereignty. Presence of British troops to protect Suez Canal is a question over the Egyptian sovereignty and why you are interfering the internal matter of Egypt. Israel attacked Israel attacked the Sinai Peninsula. The Sinai Peninsula is there. Israel attacked, and you know one more factor is responsible for that. Why Israel took part into that? That is Egypt didn't allow Israel to use Suez Canal, and they blocked this Gulf of Ariba. Here is the Gulf of Ariba. Yes, Egypt blocked that, as well as they stopped Israel to use Suez Canal, and that's why this conflict emerged. And this conflict was resolved with the international intervention, and finally, because of this international intervention, this problem resolved for some time. Yes, and on other side, it is a victory of Nasir. You know that India also played an important role in that. How? India criticizes the Britain and France over this issue, and we had independent foreign policy at that time, and we are having as well. Clear? So we criticizes their move. We said it is an injustice. Why you are dealing with the internal affairs of Egypt? Clear? So it was in one sense, it is a victory of Nasser. Clear? Along with that, Israel captured the Palestine territories. Yes, is that clear? Yes, is that clear to you? Means earlier they were fragmented. The Jews were in fragmented form. Now they consolidated themselves. They captured many area, and the very best example, they captured the most of the part of Jerusalem. Clear? And now the population of Palestine reduced. How? Because they are captured by Israel. Here is the best example, that Gaza Strip and West Bank. their population is restricted to this area only, or what we can say, their territory is reduced to this area. Yes, everyone, is that clear to you? Yes, is that clear to you? Second Arab-Israel conflict. The point is clear to all of you? Yes, everyone, is that clear to you? Clear. The next third Arab-Israel conflict is also known as 6 Days War in 1967. Who were the participants in that? First, this war, Egypt, Jordan and Syria versus Israel. Yes, the 6 Days War was there. And in this war, now, what was the situation? That Egypt want to take revenge from Israel. Egypt want to take revenge from Israel. They supported the idea of Palestine the same way Jordan was also supporting the same thing. Syria was also supporting that idea. And the second thing, again Egypt restricted the Israel to use Gulf of Arifa. Yes, and these forces preparing themselves for war to end this problem. What they want? Their aim is to end Israel. But what happened, as they were talking about that, they were gathering the forces, at the same time Israel attacked Egypt, and there was airstrikes, at or over Egypt and destroyed Air Force. Yes, Israel didn't wait for attack because they knew that right now they are not in a position to defeat them if they follow defensive policy. So Israel adopted offensive policy. They didn't wait for others to attack. They attacked them. They attacked them fearlessly, and first they destroyed the Egyptian Air Force by airstrike, and they attacked. Yes, I just want to show you from here. Here, the Israel attacked from here, and they captured this Sinai Peninsula. Yes, here it is mentioned by here the 6 Day War. Israel held this area after this 6 Day War. Israel held this Golan Heights. Yes, and Israel controlled the West Bank as well. Israel controlled the Palestine Gaza Strip as well. Clear? So they didn't wait for others to attack. Israel directly attacked. Yes, Israel directly attacked. And this attack was so shocking. This attack was so shocking for Egypt. They didn't recover themselves from that attack. And how it is possible? Because this time Israel was supported by USA. They are having more sophisticated weapons, and due to this, Egypt, Jordan, Syria want ceasefire. Yes, they want ceasefire. And what's the gain for Israel? Here is a gain for Israel. Israel control the Sinai Peninsula. Israel control over the Golan Heights, and Golan Heights is the highest location in Syria. This question asked in UPSC earlier. highest location in Syria so that you can control that area. So Israel is having control over the Golan Heights. That means they can control the Syria on one side. Even the Jordan was having control over Jerusalem. Now Israel captured that as well. Means whatever the territories were under Palestine, they captured it. And they captured the territory of Syria, they captured the territory of Israel, sorry, Egypt. So don't you think so? This war is more beneficial for Egypt. Sorry, the Six-Day War is more beneficial for Israel. Israel registered victory and they captured three most important area: Sinai Peninsula, second Golan Heights, and third control over Jerusalem. Clear? So it was a victory for Israel in this war. That is 6 days. Just imagine within 6 days war is over. So you can understand the attack and intensity of attack from Israeli side. And from then onward, Jordan refrained themselves from this conflict. Clear? Yes, everyone clear this point? Third Arab-Israel conflict. Now, the fourth Arab-Israel conflict. It's fourth Arab-Israel conflict, and there was attack on this day. There is a festival that is Kippur. Yom Kippur. This is a Jewish festival. On that day, there was an attack from the Arabian side over Israel. Yes, and this is also having one more angle that these Arabian countries are the producer of crude oil. So this Arabian country said those who supports the Israel, those who support Israel will not get crude oil. Clear? Will not get crude oil. This is one angle of it. Clear? So in this case, the Sadat after 1970, the death of Nasir, and Sadat became the head of Egypt. So they tried to end this conflict once again. Now Syria, Iraq, yes, in this case Egypt was there, Syria was there, and Iraq also supported this claim versus Israel, as there was an attack on this day. So Israel wants to take the revenge, and they did the same thing. This war is also a humiliating thing from all these things. Yes, as these Arabian countries stopped providing oil to Western world, they increased the prices of attack, and that time Israel fought a fearless battle, and resultant of that is victory of Israel. Yes, victory of Israel, and most of the countries, and especially Egypt ended their interest in Palestine issue. And why it was so? Why such madness was there? Because during this time, one organization was emerged in Palestine, and you know the name of that organization. Yes, do you know name of that organization? One very important organization emerged in Palestine at that time. Do you know the name of that? Yes, anybody is having any idea? PPP. Really? One organization, this organization emerged as the face of Palestine movement. And I just want to tell you the name of that person as well. Yasser Arafat. It is the name of that person. Yes. Do you know the name of that organization which represents the Palestine in worldwide? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you in the coming slide. Okay. So this organization is very radical and they want to regain the territory, and because of that reason the attack was there. In that organization, one radical group was there. They attacked in such a manner that Israel fought this war fearlessly, and the finally resultant is that victory of Israel, and even Egypt and other Arabian countries stopped supporting the claim. Though they are supporting them claim in United Nations, but they didn't involve directly. And even after that, they started to recognize Israel as a separate state. Here is the best example. Yes, everyone, here is the best example that you can clearly understand the how Palestine and Jewish land was there in 1946. This white dot represents the Jewish land, and green dot or green is representing Palestine land. So Jews were very few. Just look at here. There were very few. The settlements, Jewish settlement is very few in 46. In 1947, when UN presented the plan of partition, so it was like this: Jewish settlement in this area and Palestine in this area. But just imagine, from 48 means first Arab-Israel conflict, second Arab-Israel conflict, and third Arab-Israel conflict, you will get to know that they are restricted in this area only. That is, this is the Gaza area, Gaza Strip, and this is known as West Bank. Clear? But just look at in 2000. Again, the area is reduced. Means day by day, year by year, population as well as the territory of Arab shrinking, and the same way territory of Israel is increasing. Their population, their settlements are increasing. Clear? Now, as I mentioned, after this 1773 war, after 1773 war, now Israel considered that they want to stop. They do not want to continue it. So what to do? So this was basically Egypt-Israel peace signed in 1778, and that is known as Camp David. USA act as a mediator. Yes, USA act as a mediator in this deal. Actually, this deal was very suspicious. Why? Because Egypt and Israel having suspicion over each other. But when they signed this pact, Egypt recognized Egypt recognized Israel as nation state. Clear? Along with that, Egypt allowed Israel to use Suez Canal and pursue the policy of peace with Israel. Clear? Now Egyptian side is very clear, and because of that reason Israeli Prime Minister visited Egypt the same way Egyptian President also visited Israel. So basically they pursue the peace after this fact. Clear? Is that clear to you? Yes, is that clear to all of you? And what about the situation of Israel? Israel returned the territories captured. Israel returned the territories which they captured from Egypt. Clear? Sinai Peninsula is one of them. Even with this peace that they ended their control. They ended their control over Gaza as well. Clear? Means they captured whatever the territories they captured, they just released. They said that we want peace. So from this moment, as Israel